What you see in front of you is the culmination of about 4 weeks in all. Not to build the aquaponics system in itself, but I had sessions with the children in class sessions. You'll see a video on our Facebook page. I had three in class sessions. Mondays was with the class 4s and Thursdays was with the class 3s. So the first week we talked about what exactly is aquaponics and the importance of aquaponics. And then the second week we talked specifically about the fish in aquaponics, the different organs in the fish that are important for how they breathe, specifically the gills and stuff. And then we talked about the plants. I taught the children about photosynthesis and respiration. So it was after that third week then, on the 20th, the system was donated to the primary school. And this sign in front of you here, I can't go without mentioning the help of these other companies. Carib Supply gave us a pump. Select Nishitigai gave us some koi fish along with some fish food. Harris Paints is responsible for the beautiful paint you see there on the IBC aquaponics system. Phillips Freighting and Farming Services made sure to provide the seedlings, lettuce, and the pak choy or Chinese cabbage as you may. And Spectrochem Sales is the company that donated the IBC, and Fence It Company Inc. did the fencing, and they did a beautiful job with the fencing. And I just want to make mention of all these other companies. I have to. Illusion Graphics did the sign. Can't forget them. And these companies came together and did an incredible job to see this project possible. So let me take you inside so we can take a look at the aquaponics system. So first of all, it's fenced around because we have to protect it from the particularly younger children. The older children might know better, but it's pretty much impossible to supervise over 100 children during lunchtime to stop them from interfering with what's going on here, the aquaponics system, specifically with the hydroton. If kids could reach up here, I could just see the hydroton all over the floor, and it's very expensive. So what we have in front of us is a standard chop and flip IBC system. This is the standard backyard system that we build at Waterponics, and this system basically should be able to provide for a family of 4. I say that because it has enough grow space to grow quite a bit of produce, and because it's a hydroton or a media-based grow bed, it is able to support a wide variety of plants, tomatoes and stuff. But for the meantime, we just tried some low nutrient requiring crops like lettuce and pak choy, just to help the system get started. We tested the water. I did some water quality testing with the kids yesterday, and the results aren't looking too bad for a system that's 3 weeks old, and it's coming along well. We have to get some more fish in here for the kids so they have some more fish to see, and also to increase the stocking density to get those nitrates up. So let me just quickly run through a few how this works. So the system has one pump in it. It's a little giant pump that Carib Supply donated, and it comes up 3/4 inch pipe, and it has a T right here. Let me just close this lid so I can give you a better angle. And there's a ball valve there, and it goes across through a square bar and ultimately an elbow with a down pipe. So The purpose of this section of PVC piping is to allow the water to be oxygenated for the fish. Oxygenation of water happens particularly by water movement. So whether you put an air stone and it pumps air into the water, the oxygen has to be dissolved. That's the oxygen that living organisms use in the water. Dissolved oxygen, that's very important to the fish. So that's what that spray bar is doing, giving some dissolved oxygen to the fish. And then we go up here to the grow bed, and this also has a ball valve so we could regulate the amount of water going into the grow bed, and this is to allow the siphon to properly flood and drain. So the way how this works is that this is a media based grow bed, as I explained earlier, but it has a siphon in the middle. So the big pipe you see in front of you is the outer pipe is a gravel guard. Let me take off the cap here, give me a second. And this inner pipe here, if the cap off, this inner pipe is that's actually the bell for the siphon. So inside there's a stand pipe that flows out straight through this. You can see the pipe there with two elbows coming from the top. That's the drain from the grow bed. So basically, when the water level reaches that standpipe, the siphon would activate, and then it would push all the water out of the bed, and the bed would drain straight to the bottom, and it would empty the bed with water. Then it would stop flowing out, and then it fills back over again through the inlet. So that's how a flood and drain works. The advantage of a flood and drain system is that when the bed fills from the inlet, it brings the nutrient rich water from the fish tank. This is the water that should be filled with all the good stuff that the plants need to grow. And when it drains, it basically sucks air through all these pores and spaces you see here in the rocks. So the bed is quite full now, so it's almost about to drain. So let you see that shortly. So as I was saying, so when the bed drains now, it sucks air through all the pore spaces of the hydroton and stuff, and in turn it oxygenates. It provides oxygen for the roots of the plants. So basically, in an aquaponics system, you have to understand that they're catering for the fish and the plants. And then we also going to cater to the bacteria. And that's why we use hydroton. One of the main reasons why hydroton is used is because all the pores you can see, let me get the camera to focus. All these pores that you can see here in these hydroton rocks, they're made of clay, and all these pores is where the bacterial colonies would then turn and live. And this is the bacteria that converts the ammonia from the fish waste into nitrites and then into nitrates. Alright, so let me see if I could. So you see here that the grow bed is now starting to drain. It's coming out this pipe here. Let me see if I could get there to give you a better idea. So you see that one is the elbow coming from the top, and it's starting to drain here now. So ultimately at this point, what is happening is that the water is starting to come out of the grow bed, but the siphon hasn't activated as yet. The siphon activates, it actually pushes the water to the point where it doesn't look as though it's just draining out of the pipe, but you can actually tell that there's a force of air pushing that water out of the bed. You're going to understand exactly what I'm talking about in a minute. Up there, and there you go. And that's not all as yet. There's still a little more force to come out. Oh almost there. Alright, there we go. So that's the water now draining out of the bed. Alright, so I'm gonna take you back up here. You're gonna see now that the water level is now gonna go down. Try not to make the video too long, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause, and when it gets close to finishing up, I'm going to come back. Alright, so the siphon is about to stop. I have to wait a while. It's a pretty big grow bed, about 200 liters. So you can hear the siphon sucking in air there. And then it stopped already. Alright, so that's how a bell siphon works, and this is the overview of the Workman's Primary School Aquaponics system. Until next time, thanks for watching.